closing in on first pitch here in Kansas City. Your Angels taking on the Royals. Should be a great matchup tonight. And when you look at the two shortstops alongside Gooby, of course, highest WAR since 2024, it's great to see Zach Neto on the first page. Of course, Bobby Witt Jr. is the leader. I think Neto could track down some of the guys ahead of him this year.
I mean, Patrick, you're talking about two of the all-time greats already, and they're such young players, but they bring the energy, and they bring the offense, they bring the base run, they bring the defense. I mean, it's amazing. Zach Neto, 129 OPS plus in his career, but 29 defensive run save. And we've seen that defense on display. We know how strong that throwing arm is, but I always feel it's his instincts, Patio, that really separated from other shortstops. Bobby Witt Jr. definitely has it, but Zach Neto right at the top. Then you got Bobby Witt Jr. He is a thrill to be able to watch him play. 132 OPS plus in his career, 38 outs above average. A plus throwing arm, tremendous base runner, one of the fastest guys in all of baseball going home to first. But again, his instincts are off the charts too, and he's been around the game for a long time. His dad was a very good major league pitcher. You can see why he's so good at the major league level.
Well, some of these Royals have been quiet so far offensively. Well, Yusei Kikuchi and the Angels look to keep it that way. So, it's the showdown in the house that Gooby built. Coming up next.
This
Angels baseball is brought to you by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. By Jack in the Box, Jack's new Smash Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. And by 714 Tickets, download the app and earn 5% back. Here's who the Angels are throwing out there against the Kansas City Royals. It's our Simpson Chevy lineup. Zach Neto, Mike Trout, Joe Adell, Jorge Soler, followed by Oswald Peraza, Nolan Shawnoel, Vaughn Grissom, Logan O'Hoppe, and Bryce Teodosio. Zach Neto going to be leading off, facing against the left-hander. The Royals will be throwing 4 straight lefties. Noah Cameron, he grew up, 60 miles north of here in St. Joseph, Missouri.
Yeah, he loves the Royals growing up in there. So far this season, he's had some pretty good games. Last time I had a little bit of a struggle for my go-tos to have success against the local boy here for Kansas City. It's going to be important to be able to make sure you have good contact versus his fastball. That's compared because he's got a good changeup.
Zach Neto loves hitting that first pitch, especially off a 4-seam fastball, but fouls that one back, and we're underway in KC.
And here's my go-tos to be successful against Cameron here tonight. A beautiful night here at the ballpark after a rainy night last night. Is you got to be consistent. You got to drive his fastballs. And the thing is, his fastballs, you got some numbers against that between the cutter and fastball, 2 home runs, 300+ batting average, but also be patient versus his changeup. It's a 188 batting average, so he will get you to expand on his changeup.
This could be a tough play for Cameron, but feels his position nicely and throws out Neto, 1 down.
And a solid defensive play by Cameron there, get off the mound well. The Royals generally a club, it's pretty solid defensively. In the outfield, you have Collins, you have Thomas. Marte with that strong throwing arm out in right field for the Royals. Lofted, Bobby Witt Jr., Masic at second base, Salvador Perez, so used to see him catching, playing first base. Diaz behind the plate, but Bobby Witt Jr., just an unbelievable play. Already 6 defensive runs saved at shortstop, and has been involved in turning 18 double plays.
We talked about 5 tool players, and we got 2 of them here tonight in Bobby Witt Jr. at short, and this man at the plate in Mike Trout.
And this is a lot of fun when these guys are on the same field, and Mike Trout loves hitting in this ballpark.
Pretty good little road run for Mike Trout as well. Homered in 4 consecutive games. That show that he put on in the Bronx, the 1-1. And that just misses. A good count now for Mike at 2-1. And you mentioned the weather last night, Gooby. I guess all you have to do is wait 5 minutes or drive 5 miles here in KC. It'll change for you.
I remember really well. If you like lightning and thunder, you like last night, that's for sure. And wind. And a lot of rain.
Absolutely perfect here tonight. You see the Royals wearing their Forever Fountain City Connect uniforms. They'll wear those each Friday night. Here's the 2-2. Count runs full, just misses.
Trout, another full count. We should almost start every at bat for Trout, a full count. It's unreal. A lot of times Cameron will throw changeups, full count.
And there's ball 4. He's coming into play, second in the American League in walks drawn to Nick Kurtz of the Athletics, and 1 on, 1 out.
Yamaha Hyundai key for the game tonight going Tech 9 straight out the gate. That means score early against the Royals here today, and also be aggressive on the first pitch. Numbers: 500 batting average, 5 for 10 hitters with 2 home runs on the first pitch thrown by Cameron this season. So straight out of the gate, do some damage.
Here's Joe Adell. Takes a strike. Joe with 3 homers, 15 ribbies, hitting .269. We got to spend the morning yesterday at the Negro League Museum. We have Joe Adell and Bob Kendrick and Erica Weston. It was a spectacular day. Could be trouble. 6-4, 3 double play ends the top half of the first for the Angels.
Look.
Yusei Kikuchi making his 6th start, looking for his first win. But tell you what, Gooby, last time out versus San Diego, excellent. Facing a Royals team that's lost 9 of 10. So what's the approach?
Well, the big thing is be aggressive like he was last game with his fastball. He touched 99 miles an hour. My go-to for Kikuchi to have another game like he had 6 shutout innings last time out is ride that heater, upper zone. Mentioned 99, 96, 97 throughout. And that cutter, slider depth, best cutter he's had all season long. A little bit different as far as that arm angle, a little bit lower has helped that cutter out quite a bit.
Definitely had some good fuzz on the heater as well. And he starts off with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball to Nick Lofton, gets him to pop out to Shana. Well, 1 pitch, 1 out, take that. Here's the batting order that Kikuchi and the Angels will face here today. Here comes Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez. Another guy you want to keep your eye on is Carter Jensen. I know that they don't have their A lineup in. They got some guys that are hurt. Michael Garcia is not going to play, and you got Pasquantino on the bench as well, Caglione. But still, when you have Bobby Witt and you got Salvador Perez in the lineup, it could be trouble.
And a lot of Royals hitters are swing gently at the first pitch. To get a quick out like that is huge for Kikuchi. That allows him to potentially get deeper into a ball game with less pitches thrown.
It's crazy to think that no home runs for Bobby Witt Jr. yet. Hasn't homered since September 20th versus Toronto.
97-mile-an-hour fastball, but the first pitch was 77. So you're talking about a 20-mile-an-hour differential. That's the big thing for Kikuchi, just that separation of the speeds and being aggressive and challenging. Now you can get him a chase out of the strike zone if you want.
12 at bats versus Kikuchi. Bobby Witt Jr. is 0 for 12. For whatever reason, Kikuchi's had great success against one of the best players in the game. In fact, against the Royals of late, he's had great numbers. These two teams split 6 games last year. Both teams winning 2 or 3 on the road. Here's the 0-2.
It's a pretty good pitch. Not a bad spot. It's that splitter changeup he'll throw.
Home plate umpire Jim Wolf.
One of our favorites. By the way, when he throws a baseball back to the pitcher, it might be harder than the pitcher throwing it home.
Gun show here tonight. Looked like Kikuchi wanted it, but did not get it. Count is 2-2. Did not miss by much. Logan O'Hoppe not utilizing a challenge in that situation. 2-2 to Witt. That is lifted into right center field. Mike Trout drifting over to his left, calls off Adell, and there's 2 away.
And the defense behind Kikuchi so far so good as far as a lot of strikes thrown. You got Teodosio out in left, Trout's all in center field. Joe Adell in right field. Third base today, Peraza has been outstanding. Neto, we know how good he is at shortstop. Grissom over at second, Sean Noel, and O'Hoppe behind. But again, another great start to the season defensively. 10 double plays turned, 3 defensive run save already for Zach Neto. 2 of the best shortstops in the game going at it here tonight.
Here's Salvador Perez, first pitch hacking, looking to see if that baseball will stay in play. Shawnewill is so good at these. Oh, but he lets it drop as if he was called off by Grissom at the last minute. He ducked out of the way.
Well, we've seen that a number of times already this season for the Halos. This not the communication there on pop-ups. Looked like he was underneath to be able to make the play in the last second. It looked like somebody said they called it and got out of the way. Anytime you can get Salvador Perez out early in the count, especially the numbers he has put up against, you know, the Angels throughout his career, that is big.
It's just surprising that he didn't at least throw his glove up. We just saw Shawnewill make a great catch like that during the homestand.
And reminiscent a little bit of the play in New York with Peraza and Neto, certainly not as extreme. That is a difficult play.
But it's 3 times this year already. The communication is something that obviously they're going to work. There's a lot of interchangeable parts in the infield so far, though.
It's in there 0-2 to Salvi Perez, who we had a chance to speak to very briefly. What a gentleman. He came back to shake my hand after saying hi to you, of course. A Royals Hall of Famer. He will be in the Hall of Fame as well. Just one of the all-time greats. 2015 World Series champion, but Kikuchi.
97 patio for
bring
punch
the
out.
heat for Kikuchi.
I could reward myself.
The Halos have been road warriors without a doubt. Here's their ranks in the American League. Runs per game first, homers first, slugging first. Wait a second, we got a trend. OPS also first, and a run differential at +14 is second. 7-7 on the road. Oh, that is hit pretty good left field, but just getting under it is Jorge Soler. Just missed that one and flies out to the left fielder.
A little bit higher of a launch angle that we've seen in a number of his home runs. Right around 20-25. That was a 46-degree launch angle.
So one away, that'll bring up Peraza.
48 home runs as a Royal, tying Salvador Perez as the all-time mark for a season. I mean, Steve Balboni had that for years at 36. Then Moose passed it by, then Soler and Salvi Perez with 48.
Peraza sends that one foul, and Perez is just 11 homers away from tying the great George Brett for the most homers in franchise history. And Mike Trout just passed him in WAR. Now he's not here listening to this, is he right now?
You never know with him.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about where he's going to show up at.
I feel like you're always looking over your shoulder. Is it
Yes.
George is going to come in here and, I don't know, take your headset? Whack you in
Quite
the back of
possibly.
that. 0-2 here to Peraza. Noah Cameron on the hill, going up 60 miles away. As you mentioned, a lifelong Royals fan, so what a thrill for him.
He has some odd splits. Right-handed batters,
Yep.
254, 2 home runs. Lefties, though, 350 batting average with 3 home runs. That tells you changeup is his best pitch.
And he
Like
strikes out Peraza, 2
Curveball
down.
changeup really good. That slow off-speed pitches. Pretty good depth on that curveball. Good spin on it, too. Between his curveball and his changeup, very, very effective. Slow off-speed pitches to right-handed batters.
Big game for Nolan Shonowell to salvage a game on the homestand, snapping a 4-game losing streak, so that was enormous. He had 4 RBI, including a home run. Shonowell 4 homers, 4 doubles on the season, 8 RBI, coming in hitting .239, but you expect that batting average at least to continue to creep up towards 280.
Especially when you had a couple of those swings like we highlighted in the opening today, pulling it and also staying on it. Like that.
Beautiful piece of hitting, but just foul. Oh, Shonowell just punching his thigh in frustration because that was extra bases.
Very similar to what we showed there in our StatCast when you even start the game. And you see how that baseball, that curveball, gets a little bit deeper in the strike zone and he hits it hard the other way. That allows him to hit. That's when you mentioned the batting average, Patio. That'll go up there because he's getting more comfortable again than what we've seen in the past. And Kurt Suzuki likes to see that from him, be able to go the other way, not think of pulling it. Then he rolled that over to second base if he does.
You look at the infield alignment of the Royals. Lofton well off the third base bag. And Witt Jr. essentially right up the middle as close to second base as possible. Certainly a lot of room. That third baseline, he could run for a bit. And pops that one up, long run. For the catcher Diaz, and he makes a nice play. And that will end the Angels half of the second.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to Kansas City. Good to see Nolan Shonowell coming through the final home game before they left for that road trip, particularly since he's been dealing with that left ankle discomfort, especially those 2 series, New York and Cincinnati. He said he felt like he was swinging at about 60%, just trying to hang in there. He said it's about 75% now, so it's trending in the right direction. But because of that discomfort, when the team got home, he sat down with Angels hitting coach Brady Anderson with a solution to try to help reduce some of that load. A challenge here, guys.
Yeah, this challenge is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Call concern. Kansas City retains the challenges.
So that one worked out in favor of the Royals, Erica.
All right, back to Nolan Shawnuel. Sat down with Brady Anderson, and that was to start utilizing a toe tap to help with some of that ankle discomfort. So he sat down that first game against Toronto, showed him videos of Nomar back in the day with the Red Sox. Here's a look at that toe tap. Now, that was a player that Nolan watched highlights of, many of them back in the day, but the gist was how simple the load is, how he's already in that ready position. So 3 videos of Nomar. Nolan said, I'm in, I'm invested, and Brady and Nomar are in touch quite a bit, so perhaps a meet and greet soon.
Erica, you keep getting interrupted with these challenges.
I understand, it's baseball.
It's been a challenge to get through this whole
Yes, it really has. This is the new baseball.
I like that call, too. It was one of those pitches, too, where it looked like it fooled Logan O'Hoppe initially, but he challenged it. It wouldn't normally be called a strike, but because of that, brought it in there, and ABS, it worked.
Definitely a challenge, but Erica powered right through. 2-2 is the count to Lane Thomas. No score here in the bottom of the second. You're at the K, Kauffman Stadium.
Pretty patient at bat here so far for Thomas.
So a full count here to Thomas. Kikuchi with a nice bottom of the first inning, and he loses him. That's a costly leadoff walk. As we take a look at our Kia player profile, we saw that challenge system ABS in effect early in this ball game. When you look at Logan O'Hoppe and his decision making, it's been outstanding, right? He has been very, very good. Most ABS challenges won as a catcher. We got 2 of the 4 here tonight. Salvador Perez and Logan O'Hoppe has 116.
So he's had some pretty good numbers in his career versus the Halos.
Starting Marte, first pitch popped up. Nolan Shawnuel going over, and one goes foul. It's 0-1. That's an important batter here. You've got Carter Jensen, the DH here tonight on deck. The outstanding young player for the Royals with 6 home runs. Kikuchi hitting 97, 3 pitches in a row to, and that first to Salvador Perez. And that one just missed somehow. The 4-seamer at 96 again. It's 1-1.
Just a little bit below the strike zone, though, but you're likely to see, especially with that fastball down, and maybe get that ground ball to an infielder. You always love to be able to erase that leadoff walk. That's something is hurt Kikuchi throughout his career as a Halo, is that leadoff walk. So hopefully get a ground ball double play. He's had a couple of them turned so far this season behind him. 8 ground ball outs last time out.
Well, we got ourselves a balk here by Kikuchi, so that's going to send Lane Thomas into scoring position. A walk and a balk, and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. That's it out towards right field. Joe Adell drifting back. He has room right in front of the track. But that is going to advance Thomas. So he's at third base with only 1 out.
Well, the last time out for Kikuchi really had a good job as far as using his cutter and splitter effectively. His last time out, part of it is that little bit of adjustment in his arm angle, and it was really, really good. 3 strikeouts with his cutter, 3 with his splitter. Last time out, already this season on his whip percentage on his cutter, 33.3%, which is an extremely high number on a cutter. That splitter was really, really good himself. Over 28% whip percentage. 3 punch outs last time out, much more effective.
Carter Jensen, 22 years old, got a lot of power. He takes ball 1, born in Kansas City. How impressive is that 3rd round pick in 2021, Park Hills High School. And with Carter Jensen and Jack Caglione, they feel like they have got some power bats to really build this franchise around. Michael Garcia, not getting the start here tonight, has a little bit of some elbow tenderness, but available to pinch hit most likely. It's just when he throws the baseball.
And you go back to those numbers too for Kikuchi as far as the splitter and cutter. Combined usage over 40% batting averages combined at 237 whiff percentage, which is really, really impressive for both of those. Just under 31%, 12 strikeouts combined with 2 pitches.
Oh, that is a line drive, hot shot, and playing that perfectly is Zach Neto for the second out. Watch your lips, Kikuchi.
So often we talk about that infield in already here in the second inning, and when you look at the analytics behind the reason behind that, instead of it thinking, okay, maybe a big inning can go against you with the infield in, you're trying to make sure you cut that one potential run early on. Oh, good play there.
Hit 104 off the bat. It seemed like Kikuchi was smart enough to, pull the glove back at the last second. I don't know if he's got that type of reflexes. Either way, it's a big out. You can see how much power that Jensen has. And here is Isaac Collins.
One thing the Royals have done as far as struggling wise has been with runners in scoring position. Just a little over 200 batting average, over 2 tonight. So it's important here for Kikuchi to keep that going for the Halos.
And the stadium is absolutely gorgeous, and I know you guys were talking about it in the pregame show, and we could talk about it throughout the night, but they're likely going to be moving to very close to downtown Crown Center, the headquarters of Hallmark, a $3 billion project.
Still a beautiful stadium, and any even talking to the guys in the clubhouse today, they were saying this stadium is still amazing looking.
And I know for you, you had so many incredible memories here, not only the World Series, winning your 20th game, picking up your first ever W. We got to get you one of these seats with a number 23 on it. We already know what George Brett would like to take over to the new stadium.
That's no at all time. It's only what George Brett would do, bringing the urinal from the home side and the road side, just to bring that new stadium.
I'd love to ask him why. All right, with a runner on third. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, as Vin would say. Deuces are wild.
97-mile-an-hour fastball for Kikuchi. Nice play by a fan.
The crowd starting to fill in here on a Friday night. Oh, really nice applause for the fan. That ended up with that baseball special. A swing and a miss, and he got him. You say Kikuchi.
Splitter changeup. We just showed it how effective it has been. Really effective on that one.
Stranded the man at third. We remain scoreless. Head to the Big A on Friday, May 1st to take home one of the most stylish giveaways of the season. First 25,000 fans in attendance will receive an Angels bomber jacket courtesy of Memorial Care. Visit angels.com/promotions for more information.
First batter so far in this game, Cameron has not thrown a first pitch strike.
Von Grissom leading off. 25-year-old second baseman, however, very versatile. He carries a lot of different gloves with him. Gooby can play first, second, short, or third. Certainly gives Kurt Suzuki and the Angels some options of where to play him.
So much talent coming up, so much promise. Now getting the opportunity here with the Halos. When you get traded for Chris Sale, you got a lot of talent.
That is ripped, but just foul. 2 Halos have been traded for Chris Sale. Drew Pomerantz,
yes,
also earlier in his career. Difference in age between the two. Well, you speak about bullpens. Carlos Estevez not available. He was hit by a line drive earlier in the season and then got a virus. Full count here to Grissom.
Got a chance to talk to him today. He said he was feeling much better. That's bullpen good session today and feeling better. He's really important for this Royals team. Their bullpen has been a struggle.
Yeah, led baseball in saves. Did Esty a year ago, former Halo and one of our favorites. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, lofted.
So you see Michael Garcia, one of the best third basemen in the game.
MVP of Team Venezuela, winning the WBC. Such an outstanding talent. We'll bring up Logan O'Hoppe.
So far, Cameron, with 4 outs via ground ball, coming into the game is under 26% ground ball rate. So lot of ground balls hit against him so far.
One of the great closers in Royals history is in the booth just to our left, and Jeff Montgomery. There's a ground ball that's going to be to the second baseman, Massey. And there's 2 away. And you had dinner last night with your closer and your battery mate, Mike McFarland, and your wives, respectively.
That was awesome to be able to see those guys, and, the guy that caught so many of my games and the guy that closed out, kept me those wins on my baseball card, Jeff Montgomery. I'll tell you what, he had one of the nastiest sliders I've ever seen. We used to joke around, it's like he threw a slider and all of a sudden it just popped at home plate. We're like, it didn't even come out of his hand. It was at home plate there. Boom, no chance at all swinging at it. He's not a big guy, but his slider was great.
That was a line drive to right field, and for Bryce Teodosio, a 2-out hit, turning the lineup over. Nice piece of hitting right there for Teo.
Short and directed that cutter, punch it the other way. Now you got some speed at first and a lot of power and speed at the plate.
By the way, as Zach Neto gets ready to dig in, I asked Monty, I said, how many, I can look it up, but how many saves do you think you might have had of Gooby's wins? He said that you wouldn't have won any games if it wasn't for him coming in to make the save. His words.
Oh, that would be Monty saying that, that's for sure.
He did add that when he came up in '88, his first year with the Royals as second in the bigs, how you took him under your wing and you taught him what it was like to be a big leaguer. And he will be forever indebted to you for that, how you really made him feel special and you took care of him. And
yeah,
so hopefully
we've been close forever, too.
That has popped up. That's going to be a long run for the second baseman, and that is going to drop foul and give Neto another chance to swing the bat. And I know this is a special place for you, so it's cool to be here with you. When you look at the four-seam fastball for Zach Neto, and this is what we will see from Cameron the majority of the time, that's where Zach Neto can really do some damage.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned the numbers between cutter and fastball against Cameron, and a lot of success for hitters, and Zach Neto has really crushed that four-seam fastball. So especially when you think about four-seamer upstairs above the belt, Zach Neto is about as quick as anybody in the game, and his slugging percentage this season, 742. James Wood, by the way, this is an incredible young player for Washington.
That's. And I think we're going to get used to seeing Zach Neto on lists like that throughout his career, because he truly is one of the great talents in the game, one of the best shortstops in the game. And if he's going to make an all-star team, he really has to jump some names and really turn some heads in it. And the Angels have to win a lot of ball games, and they're doing that this year, and they're a very exciting team.
Not an easy task to be able to steal on camera. He's got 3 career pickoffs, but also just 2 stolen bases overall against him in his career. 0 this year and 1 attempt. So you got to be able to read and go on first movement and hope you guess right.
This Angels team drawing a lot of walks. Zach Neto, one of them. The walk percentage way up. That's a high pop up, drifting into the seats.
And when you think of Neto too, Patio, he's going to hit a lot of baseballs in the air. You'll see some pop-ups here and there, but there's a lot of power in that, especially when you hit a lot of pitches that are elevated in the strike zone. He likes pitches upstairs, expands a little bit up there, but he hits that ball hard continuously throughout his career, young career. You almost forget he's still so young. Between him and Bobby Witt Jr., they're still so young, but they've done so many things so early in their careers. It's fun to see when you have 2 great shortstops like this going at it.
Two outs. Teodosio at first, and a 2-2 coming to Zach Neto.
This launch angle, Patio, is up 6 degrees this year from last year, so you're seeing a lot more baseballs generally in the air. Although he did ground out the first at bat, a little slow roller that Cameron made a nice play. Generally, everything's going to be hitting the air.
Both these shortstops, 25 years of age. Expect to see them for the next 10+ years at their positions. Ground ball hit to the third baseman. Lofton throws across to get Neto and to end the half inning for the Halos.
This is the all-new 2026.
Go back to what we saw last time out there for Yusei Kikuchi. Just a little bit of adjustment in his arm angle. You go back to last year where his arm angle was at about 36 degrees. It was up to 51 degrees earlier this season and dropped it down about 3 degrees. And I think it's allowed him to get better ride on his fastball, better deception on his pitches, be able to stay in there, better balance. When it's so high up there, hitters had a better chance to see the baseball a little bit longer against him, I felt.
Elias Diaz first pitch, hacking, a little pop-up. Nolan Shotwell calls off Grissom. 1 pitch, 1 out for the second time tonight. Last couple of years, Yusei Kikuchi didn't start great against the Royals in his career, but you look at his last 4 starts, he's been absolutely dominant. A 1.93 ERA, an opponent average of 170, whip of 0.71, and now Bobby Witt Jr. is 0 for 13.
I mean, the whip is the big thing, too. There's been some traffic against Kikuchi already today in this game. 2 one-pitch outs.
Michael Massey takes a strike right down the middle.
Pretty good depth on that cutter again, too. I think that arm angle's helped that out earlier in the season when he was higher arm angle. That cutter was not as effective. It was hit pretty hard. And the reason why I think that helps it, because the higher the arm angle when you're throwing a cutter, it's flat. So a little bit lower arm angle, that cutter allows him to get better depth on there, be able to get in front of that with his wrist, and be able to cut that one off, almost like a hard slider. Upper angle with that 51 plus made it flatter, and more hittable to the barrel of the bat.
Erica Weston with a little bit more on the arm angle.
Well, it was the efficiency before his last time out, right, that was really getting to Yusei. So he started to do the drills that he was working on last season when he was adjusting that arm angle as well to get to that little bit lower arm angle. But Gooby, that's also why he said the velocity was up. He touched 99 his last time. So those slight mechanical adjustments led to a lot of success.
You can see that more consistent right out of his hand. Out of the hand, the fastball just stayed that same plane. It wasn't dropping down into a hittable zone.
The splitter gets Massey. Nice pitch.
Strikeouts already with that splitter.
He went away from the slider a little bit in the last start versus the Padres.
I mean, it's still a very good swing and miss pitch, but he's been identified a guy that throws a high percentage of sliders. So they're still guessing, looking slider, getting different pitches instead.
Historically, it has been his best pitch. So we have the top of the order. We're in the bottom of the third, 2 outs. It's Nick Lofton. Important to get Lofton if you can, and Bobby Witt Jr. lead off the 4th.
So far, he's faced 10 batters, 7 first pitch strikes. So, okay, my math will be all right on that one, Patty. I'd say 70% of the time he's on a first pitch strike.
I am not surprised that you'd be able to pull that math off.
That might be the last one I'll be able to do all night, though. But
any bigger numbers in there, I'm not so sure. Let's just quit while we're ahead. It's so important for the Angels to, start to pick up some W's from another starting pitcher not named Jose Soriano, who in his 6 starts has been absolutely historic, the lowest ERA in Major League Baseball history since they started tracking earned runs in 1913. But Angels have lost 14 of 20 started by anyone not named Soriano.
That was a splittering anyone, too. He just kind of cut that one across his body. But the thing I still find interesting, I can't wait to get an answer to this from Yusei, is why and how often has he been able to change his arm angle and still be comfortable on the mound?
2-2, looking for paint, doesn't get the call.
I think I was a little bit low.
Well, I like the confidence walking off the mound, trying to get Jim Wolf to pull the trigger. So far, really good control here from Yusei. Just the 1 walk and even a balk. Little ground ball pulled foul.
There's that slider. And you see him out in front on that one. You throw a lot of sliders, they're going to be on that a little bit more so.
33 starts last season, tied for the most in baseball for Kikuchi. An ERA that just dipped under 4 in his last outing. But the workload and the effort that he put into his starts, very challenging. Neto backhand and a clean inning right there for Yusei Kikuchi.
This is Arby's quarter-pound pulled pork and chopped brisket. Both are smoked slow for up to 13 hours. Tender, juicy barbecue like this, it's
Majestic variety. We got just the one as we go in that hot tub time machine fountain style for Mike Trout, 489. Gooby, I swear I thought he was going to hit it out of the stadium.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then you look at that year, 14. It was last year the Halos win the playoffs. So hopefully that continues here with a home run here for Trout here. Get that one going. That would remind me so much of the home run that Bo Jackson hit here. His first career home run, I think it was off of Mike Moore, was a blast. They said 479, I think that was in that one. And Trouty got 485.
Well, with Mike Trout starting this game in center field, he has now played the most career games at one position in Angels history, passing Jim Fregosi. 1,367 here tonight. And you got Tim Salmon and Garrett Anderson on that list. That is impressive. And one extra base hit away from having the most in franchise history, but he goes fishing right there on that changeup, and he strikes out, one down.
A couple in a row against Trout. Usually a pitch that Trout has hit well, but he's had a little bit more trouble with a changeup this year, especially below the strike zone. He was looking up and seeing if it was ever a strike. He's looking up at the jumbotron out in center field, and he realized that was never really a strike out of his hand.
Bill Cameron has pitched very well here at the K in his career. 14 of his 28 starts right here at Kauffman Stadium. And in 10 of those 14, he's allowed 2 runs or fewer. And he's ahead of Joe Adell, who hit into a double play to end the first.
He's able to show his fastball enough today to be able to get his curveball and changeup. And that's why you see those splits so effective for him versus right-handed batters. You take that changeup away a lot from lefties. So you have 350 batting average, 3 home runs allowed versus left-handed batters versus Cameron.
Here's the 2-1 to Joe, and 2-2. As you guys pointed out in the pregame show, Joe with the go-ahead homers in a nice series here in Kansas City a season ago. So when you have some success, you got the sight lines. By the way, the dimensions here at the K changed this year. They've been moved in 10 feet. Center field and the power alleys remain the same from 405 to 405, 10 feet closer in the outfield and the corners. They also added about 80 more seats. And that's a strikeout for Adell. Back-to-back Ks for Cameron. 2 down. Gives us a chance for a quick word from Hyundai.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
So far that changeup is real effective for Cameron.
Here's Jorge Soler. He flew out to left field his first time up, and he drives that one to left, and that one gets down for a hit in front of Collins. So a 2-out knock for Soler. It's good to see him swinging a nice bat, bringing up Oswald Peraza.
And much lower launch angle. That was a line shot about 104.4 off the bat. That's the kind of swing you want from Soler. A lot of his home runs have been out there quickly. He was able to get that changeup out in front of the plate before it got below the strike zone. Got that in the lower part around knee high.
A healthy Jorge Soler, as you pointed out, the homers that he hit as a Royal, 48 times Salvador Perez for the most in franchise history. But he's the bat speed this year, being healthy, not dealing with the back injuries. It just seems like a different player.
And this is the lower half of his body too. It's pretty funny when you look over there at first base. They're the 2 record holders for the Royals as far as home runs in a season.
That is cool. There's a lot of playing field here at Kauffman Stadium, the second most acreage, if you will, in all of baseball. And they kind of designed this field in order to fit the style the way the Royals like to play, right? They like to play aggressive, they like to pitch.
He's always had to have a good defense, and you had to have guys in the outfield that can go get a baseball. You look out at center field Thomas, he looks like he's about a mile away from everyone. From right field, left field, how far away they are from each other. It's pretty amazing.
It's the 2-1 to Peraza. We'll get a good count to work with here, 3-1. As the changeup misses. Oswald Peraza has been just fantastic this year. By the way, how about a little wave for the your great fans here in the Kansas City area? You're on the Kansas City television, Royals TV.
And Peraza's really hit a lot of baseballs really hard. 3-1 count. Still could get a changeup here, but you got to get it in the strike zone.
That is ripped, but just fouled by a few feet. The right idea.
So hard sometimes to keep a cutter from a left-handed pitcher fair if you're a right-handed batter. He was able to get that barrel out, but a little bit too quick and tough to keep it fair. But that's the process you have to be successful against that cutter in.
So Soler will be able to be on the move here on this pitch. And once again out in front, even further foul this time for Peraza.
So he's throwing a cutter, now a curveball. I imagine he might see a changeup right now. Although Soler hit a changeup pretty hard. Sometimes when you have a swing like that, you kind of go away from that pitch. But I would not be surprised if he got a changeup right now.
That's ball 4. So 2 on, 2 out. That will bring Nolan Shonowell up. So we'd like to remind everybody why they love you so much here in Kansas City. Of course, being a World Series champion, but a king among Royals. The house that Gooby built is how Jeff Fletcher liked to refer to you. All-time Kansas City ranks here. Gooby starts second, innings second, strikeouts second, wins third, and shutouts third. These are all-time Kansas City Royal ranks.
It was always a great place to pitch. But I'll tell you, I give all the credit to my catchers, including the one I went out to dinner with last night, Mike, before, and the defense. It's always so big. When you're a sinker ball pitcher, you need defense behind you. We see that with Soriano and the Halos.
You got yourself a lot of ground ball double play outs, did you not?
Well, I had a lot of traffic, so I could get those double play balls.
By the way, Jeff Montgomery saved 34 of your wins here. You're in the Hall of Fame. You walk around town. I don't think you could buy a drink in this city, even if you tried. Take me through some of the pitches here, my friend.
Well, of course, a lot of sliders. That's why my arm is crooked right now. That's for sure. There's a reason why I can never just lay my arm down on the table. It's not going to be ever be flat down there on the table.
Your debut, you pitched 13 years here before joining the Angels for your 14th and final year. And you've been with the Angels more than you were with the Royals in your broadcasting, nearly 23 years, 20 as the main analyst. But it was a very elderly team when you first joined the rotation, and then they went very, very young. That's a high pop-up in the pitcher, although being a great athlete. Oh, my goodness.
That's why I think it's still easier for a pitcher, because you're already on the mound. As an infielder running up, all of a sudden you're running up a hill and making the play.
How did Lofton somehow come up with that catch? Tripping over the mound, calling for it. Down he goes, but still makes the play. Yusei Kikuchi in 3 innings of work, just the 1 walk. We remain scoreless here, bottom 4, and Bobby Witt Jr. leading off for the Royals. Really is something that, you know, this is 32 consecutive games that Witt hasn't homered. If he is homerless here tonight, that would match a career long for him. But he's reached base 42 times, 9 stolen bases. He only has 4 runs scored.
That's a pretty good indication of what you're seeing when we talked about what they've done with runners in scoring position, the guys behind them. But he can help the Royals win so many games besides with the long ball, with his defense, with his base running, with his contact. Still a pretty solid batting average overall, just not the power yet.
And he really struggles with Kikuchi. He is hitless in now 13 at-bats. This is the Japanese lefty in his 2nd year with the Angels.
When you look at this lineup for the Royals against Kikuchi, even though the success may not be there, but these 2 guys are the guys you got to keep an eye on, with Witt Jr. and Perez on deck.
Without a doubt. And, you know, tempting fate to continue to mention that he hasn't homered in 32 consecutive games. He is that good. Kikuchi ahead, 1-2. It's pretty good star power in Kansas City this trip. I know you had a pretty good celeb sighting. I had one as well. You want me to share mine first?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, so at the gym, Will Forte.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So if Kikuchi has to work himself out of some jam here today, can I go with McGruber?
Yes.
He McGrubered his way right out of it. I think that's he gave me a nod, Will, but you know, he may have recognized me. Well, I don't know.
Who doesn't know you, Patio?
I left him alone. But you get into an elevator, and a bunch of Royal fans were in there with you, and but so was.
Yes, Chelsea Handler. I think I might have topped you on that one, Patio.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know, but yes, I think so. That is hammered into the gap in left center field. And that's going to get down, and so Witt He reaches on a leadoff double.
That cutter was down in middle, though.
He's going to need his best McGruber right now.
So that cutter not quite in where he wanted to go, and then you can see right there he's thinking extra base. He's really thinking triple out of the batter's box, how quick he is. And two guys that are kind of connected together as far as where they are in their careers. And Mike Trout cut that one off, and Bobby Witt Jr. You look at their numbers, very, very similar at this point in their careers.
A double for Witt. He's at second base, first hit of the game for the Royals. There's Salvador Perez.
And he likes to steal third base too, especially against a lefty pitcher. So Kikuchi might have to do a little pickoff.
Through 651 games, you compare Mike Trout and Bobby Witt Jr. The similarity is really remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, you look at WAR 38.5, 27.1. It's amazing how close and how they've been connected the way they play the game of baseball. It's
nice
a good splitter there.
Oh, so good.
If you can get him out here and not allow Bobby Witt Jr. to advance on and out, that's a big pitch here coming up for Kikuchi.
Kikuchi got Perez to strike out to end the first. Look back at Witt. And here's the 0-2.
Nice job so far, just varying that look. That's what you got to do is, you know, obviously with the pitch timer, it changes things up. As long as you vary your look, one time look back there once, another time look 3 times, another 2 times. You just give a different look to a base stealer. A good base stealer picks up on those things.
And Grissom trying to keep Witt close to the bag. Well, that one took a bite out of Perez at the plate. A foul ball to stay alive.
That splitter, he's doing a couple pretty good splitters. The one he got on the chase early in the bat is the one he wants to throw now, the one in the dirt. Salvador Perez is up there hacking. He will hit pitches in the strike zone extremely hard, but also you can get him to swing and miss out of the strike zone.
That's lifted to right center field. Joe Adell calling for it. He is under it. He makes the catch, but Witt Jr. is going to advance easily. He's now 90 feet away with only 1 out.
A couple times already in this game for the Royals, pretty productive fly ball outs, but Kikuchi's able to make pitches and not have any damage done.
Yeah,
with that 4-seam fastball upstairs, it's tough to get a 4-seam fastball by Salvador Perez. Always has been.
Yeah, very similar back in the second when Lane Thomas, he led off with a walk, balked to second, advanced on a fly ball by Marte, but only 1 out. And it's Kikuchi able to strand him right there, infield in right now with Lane Thomas at the plate.
I like seeing that grow right out with a fastball. He's probably looking splitter, cutter, slider. Get a fastball, he's late on. Now you make him thinking, is he going back with a fastball? Is he going to throw something secondary? That's how you get a hitter out.
Interesting with the way the infield in last time with Jensen at the plate when Neto handled that 104-mile-per-hour shot off the bat, the line drive. He was more directly behind Kikuchi, but not here.
With the right-handed batter anticipating pulling that cutter or slider. I mean, Grissom's way in on the grass in the infield at second base.
Well, great speed at third. Casey 0 for 4, runners in scoring position so far tonight. And the 1-2 to Thomas. 1-2-2.
Pretty consistent at 96 with his fastball. The way he's been feeling, but his splitter, this feels like he might try that splitter.
I feel like that 4-seamer upstairs on a 1-2 count is to set up this next pitch right here.
He tried that splitter down, just didn't get him to chase it though. He's had a couple of patient at bats so far. Worked a walk on a 3-2 count, now 3-2 count again.
Bread and butter for Kikuchi in his career has been that slider. curveball. Doesn't throw that very much, but misses, and the bases are loaded. Excuse me, first and third with one out.
Still have that shot at a double play ball. Well, Marte runs really well. Last time up, he had a deep fly to the right field.
And they have the opportunity for a double play. And a meeting at the mound to discuss their options with Marte coming up. Only one out and a scoreless game here, bottom of the fourth. And it's moving along pretty quickly. And it seems like maybe every run here tonight will be pretty precious. They think things over. How about a quick word from Jack in the Box?
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Marte has rolled into one double play. Kikuchi doesn't get many double plays turned behind him. Like I mentioned before, not a big ground ball guy, although he did get 8 ground ball outs last time out. Mindset is you got to trust your offense. You just try to prevent that big inning. I know you never want to give up anything, but you also want to prevent a team from having a big inning against you by overthrowing the baseball here and the stinking out here.
Upstairs to Marte.
Again, I always go back to you never want to give up a run when you're a pitcher, but you're okay if they do score 1 run. You just want to avoid a big inning because you got to have trust in your offense. The Angels have been great on the road, and the bullpen for the Royals has been really a sore spot for them. Now you have a chance. Now you got the 2 strikes, but still your mindset is I don't have to try to strike everyone out. I need an out here somehow, some way to not allow them to get any momentum going for a team that has struggled with runners in scoring position.
Stress here for Kikuchi. Thomas at first, Wood Jr. at third.
He's had a couple stolen bases. I don't think he would go on this count.
Two balls, 2 strikes. It's Starling Marte. No score. Bottom of the fourth. The first of a 3-game weekend series to kick off a 6-game road trip. Angels 7-7 on the road, 12-14 overall. Just a game and a half out of first place in the AL West. Runner is on the move, and that is lifted short right field. Joe Adele coming in, long run. And the throw to home is not in time. Runner's going to score. Now the throw to second base is in time. And under Joe Adele trying to come up with that catch, unable to make the catch in right.
A good quick decision by O'Hoppe to get the force out at second.
So you get the second out, but the run does come in to score.
Tried to keep that close to his body, but good reaction by Adele. Quickly make a quick throw to home, but O'Hoppe quick on the force out at second. Almost able to control that off his body.
Well, even if he makes that catch, Wood Jr. is most likely going to be able to score. So Royals on the board. Thomas retired on the force, give Marte an RBI, but Kurt Suzuki is having a discussion right now with Jim Wolf.
It comes down to Thomas where he was, where Marte was running to make sure he didn't go by him there.
So they're going to get together and discuss.
North the pride of El Camino Real High School in Woodland Hills, West Hills area.
Brother of Randy Wolf, big league pitcher. Crew chief is Alan Porter. Second base umpire Alex McKay, and first base umpire Derek Thomas.
He kind of pushed him there.
Right.
Yeah, you can't touch him there. That's the discussion going on right now.
Yeah, that's a great eye by the Angels video room. It looks like Suzuki was able to get the explanation that satisfied him in the decision. And we're back to playing baseball. No harm, no foul. But on that one look that we saw, it did appear that Marte had two hands on Thomas, trying to get him to hustle towards second base. But the force out is recorded. There's two away. 1-0 Kansas City. And that was whipped into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Carter Jensen. First and third. So the Royals trying to put together a big inning here in the fourth. We'll take another look at it. Another angle. Marte pushing, just not much.
They're making contact with him there. If the base coach shuts him, that's a different story. Here we are now, and an opportunity for Kikuchi to still just get out of this inning with just one run allowed. That's two baseballs. Jensen has hit really hard twice now. Line drive out to Neto, then a line drive to right.
And it popped up our direction by Isaac Collins. And count's going to be 0-1. You can see the talent in Carter Jensen, without a doubt. On the left side. And we have on the right side on the bench some pretty good players in Pasquantino and Caglione.
And so once it comes to the point where Kurt Suzuki is down to the right-handed pitchers, you're going to see a lot of lefties off the bench for the Royals.
Pasquach. Also with Caglione representing Team Italy. A job they did get in the semis. And that's going to be a base hit. Another run comes in to score. And Jensen all the way to third. 2-0 Kansas City.
Four-seam fastball got in. It's enough to be able to get the barrel of the bat and get it into the outfield.
Well, that's 5 hits in this inning and 4 straight singles. That's going to bring Mike Maddox out for a discussion with the interpreter.
For a team that has not hit well with runners in scoring position, had a couple good at-bats this inning for Kansas City.
Well, just try to settle things down here.
Very, very efficient as far as pitch count already in this inning, though, up to 27.
Hadn't allowed a hit in the first 3 innings, but 5 here in the fourth. Kikuchi 0-2 on the year, looking for his first win of the season.
This is also one of those spots, too, where Kansas City, they might try to steal a run depending on the count here. Diaz, if they send the runner going, that's part of the conversation, too, with Mike Maddox on the mound as far as the defense they want to put. They want to throw through the bag, or you want to have that fake throw to third.
Jensen at third, Collins at first. And the batter is Elias Diaz, the catcher for the Royals. They lost 8 in a row. And they snapped out with a victory and then lost their last game. So 9 of 10 overall. Fastball just misses, and it's 1-0 here to Diaz. Diaz popped up last time out to Shonowell. And that is hammered down the left field line, and that one looks to be a fair ball. It is. Jensen scores. Collins on the way to home plate. A great throw is not in time. He is safe. And it's 4-0 Kansas City.
Yeah, they'll look at that, but Jim Wolf had a great angle there. I think he just got his foot in on the plate before the tag was applied. That was hit 110 miles per hour off the bat. Fastball that was down, didn't get it up in the inside part of the plate.
Start to look down now to the Angels bullpen, see if anybody's going to start stretching, stirring around, because there's a lot of effort here from Yusei Kikuchi.
Think about that slide, though. That foot was up in the air. Did it actually connect with the plate?
Now, Royals manager Matt Quatrero.
He was wondering if it was too long before the challenge was made.
Wait a second. Los Angeles is challenging the fair foul down the left field line and the play at home plate.
Okay, 2 challenges in one. 2 for the price of 1 here from Kurt Suzuki. They got it in time. Quatrero, Royal skipper, didn't seem to think so.
And well, you see right there where the baseball was, so that's going to be a fair ball.
Yeah. So that's 1. They're showing it here on the big screen at Kauffman Stadium.
Doesn't matter if the foot is in the air, it's still in the air there at the plate. Hits the ground and then it's up in the air once again. You have that option with the fair or foul on the base hit itself. But you see that front foot, it slide hits the dirt and pops up in the air. Now, was a tag on the knee before the back foot hit the plate? Definitely that front foot did not hit the plate. But it looked like that baseball certainly hit that chalk down the line. Could be one of those stands and stands thing.
Yeah, I would think so. So we could get a better look at home plate. Ohapi was able to get the knee. I agree that top foot was off the plate. And you can certainly tell that ball hit the line on a absolute rope by Diaz.
The fans are seeing it from that high view, but here's a better angle where you see his front foot hits the dirt, his cleats get caught, and his foot pops up in the air. So he definitely does not get home plate at that point. So you see it's up in the air. So it's not on home plate. Does the tag get in there before the other foot hits that plate? I think there's a chance he's out at home.
You know how it's so hard to have enough video evidence to overturn the call that was made on the field.
Well, that's why we have replay, though.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see, crew chief Alan Porter still waiting from New York for the decision. Remember, there are 2 challenges here on the 1 play. On the hit down the line, if it was fair or foul, and on if the runner was out at home. Now, the call on the field was a fair ball and safe at home. And now Kikuchi's been standing out there for quite a while. He's trying to stay loose and throw some pitches, but this is just taking forever. So, I mean, already 4 minutes since the slide. And, you know, you have
I don't understand how that could be taking this long.
No,
I mean, I think the ball was fair, but I also think his foot was up in the air, and I think that tag got him on the leg before the back foot hit the plate.
He's trying to, and Suzuki's telling Kikuchi just no more. And you say it's like, what? Interesting. He's telling his, he's been a catcher for ever. And he's trying to protect his pitcher. Another look here. Man, this is like 5 minutes now.
That foot is definitely up in the air.
Oh yeah, looks like there.
After review, both calls on the field stand. One scores. Los Angeles loses their challenge.
That just took an eternity to come up with that decision. So the Diaz double.
We knew they were going to just say call stands on that one, for sure.
Yeah. It has to be, at least from what we have seen in the past, being a monumental video evidence to overturn the call that is on the field. So 5 straight hits now. 6 in the inning. 4 runs in. Number 9 hitter Michael Massey. And suddenly the Royals are coming through with runners in scoring position. They had been 0 for 4. Four straight plate appearances delivering. Remember, Bobby Witt Jr. led off this inning with that double. Oh, that's a great throw. Safe at second on the pickoff attempt.
That's a good timing play put on. And a lot of times it's most effective on a guy that's not necessarily a base stealer. He's trying to get a good secondary lead to sneak behind him. Real close play.
Diaz just gets his hand in there before the tag, and that is ripped. And that is down into the wall. Another run is going to come in. Another extra base hit. 5-0 Kansas City. And Kikuchi just might be absolutely worn out here.
Boy, the first 3 innings is dominant performance too.
I mean, that is
all started with Bobby Witt double.
Royals go double-double. They're 8 and 9 hitters. 3 doubles in the inning.
It's another hit on a fastball too in this inning.
There's the leadoff hitter, Nick Lofton. As the Royals bat around here in the 4th. Nick Sandlin is getting up. And way back when Witt was at 3rd with 1 out, infield in, you said, hey, you just want to avoid a big inning. And that did not happen. And the damage is done. 5-0 Royals. Rangers come to town. You walk away with a new addition to your hat collection. First 25,000 fans will receive a camo trucker hat courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830. Visit angels.com/promotions for more information. Halos looking to respond after the Royals put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the 4th inning. So much damage done with 2 outs. Damage done with runners in scoring position. 6 consecutive hits from Yusei Kikuchi. A baseball left as Vaughn Grissom leads off.
He's got to be able to just work and get some runs right away. Create some doubt. Talked about that bullpen for Kansas City has been a sore spot for him this season. So you got to stay close, score some runs here.
Very comfortable outing so far for Cameron as Grissom hits that one very well into the gap in left center field. One bounces off the track to the wall and a leadoff double.
Very similar to the way Kansas City started their half inning with a double by Bobby Witt Jr. Well, Grissom picks up a double. His first extra base hit is a halo.
Nearly
he
identical.
Crushed that one too. 107.2 miles per hour exit velocity off the bat. Almost the exact same spot too. Get it going now.
Grissom is an excellent all-around athlete, multi-sport star growing up. A lot of volleyball and basketball. And he's just having the time of his life here with the Halos. And healthy. And nice to see him pick up his first career extra base hit here with the Angels. So here's Logan O'Hoppe. Would love to see his bat come to life. And it does right there with a base hit. So
back-to-back sliders. That when he stayed on it, pulled it through the hole. He had a couple base hits the other way the other day. That was a good sign for him.
So 1st and 3rd for Bryce Teodosio. Teodosio with a single last time up.
You know what? I know you're down by 5, but you need base runners. And it's something he's worked on a lot. With Salvador Perez, not a lot of games at first base, a left-handed pitcher on the mound. If you can push bunt one to that right side of the infield, that's a run and a hit.
The runners at the corners here for Teodosio. He was excellent call there, partner. It's exactly what they were trying to do. Grissom was on the move.
This is a smart decision because if he gets that bunt down with a lefty, because your tendency as a left-handed pitcher, you're going to fall to that third base side of the mound. You have Salvador Perez still holding the base runner on there. Not a ton of experience at first base, and you also have Massey playing deep at second, so you're able to get it by the pitcher. That's a knock, and you need base runners.
Try to do it again, but unable to get it down. So the slider had a little bite to it, and it's 0-2, and well, you try it again, you risk a strikeout. I don't know if you take that chance.
It's basically he's bunting for a hit here. Get a good swing his first at bat, and he's got room on the right side of the infield.
That safety squeeze on, but then the count is 0-2. So Hoppy at first, and Grissom with the leadoff double. There's a swing at the plate. It is called strike 3 by Jim Wolf, so he does in fact strike out for the first out of the inning.
Good bite on his curveball again. And a good idea to go to that pitch, because if he did think about bunting again, it would be a tough one to get down. It's big at bat here for the Halos and Zach Neto, especially Trout on deck with his numbers against Kansas City throughout his career.
That is 0-2. And that one is ripped right to the third baseman, and a double play to end the inning. So leadoff double, another hit, and nothing for the Halos, just like that. Downtown at 25th and Grand, call it the Crown Center, the campus of Hallmark. It's about 84 acres that they want to develop. It cost them $3 billion. Apparently $600 million, but not necessarily from taxpayers, but already from the coffers. And then you're going to have state and city combining to create a new stadium and develop the area around the Crown Center. And Gooby, obviously this stadium means so much to you. Originally, you know, Royal Stadium, then Kauffman Stadium. You won here, but it seems like it'll pull at your heartstrings, but maybe it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is the energy you're hearing from everyone around town here about the new stadium and where it's going to be at. There's a lot of memories here for a lot of people over the years between here and Arrowhead Stadium, which is not Arrowhead Stadium anymore either. They're going to be gone too by 31, so it's going to be difficult for a lot of fans, but they also the excitement level where it's going to be at and what kind of energy it's going to bring and revenue it's going to bring for the city itself is going to be pretty big.
To have the Chiefs and the Royals here for so long, and this stadium opened in 1973, so it's over 50 years, and the Chiefs next door, and then for nothing to be here, that's going to be that's going to be odd. Kikuchi back out there and gets Bobby Witt to pop up as Shonowell, he has it.
Well, what a break that was for Cameron. The Royals, that line shot by Neto, ended up in a double play ball.
Yeah, 97 miles an hour off the bat, off a curveball from Neto.
And there's nothing you can do if you're Ron Grissom. There's nothing you can do on that one because you're off the bag there. You're anticipating you got to find a way to score a run. I mean, if that ball gets down the line, that's 2 runs in, and you have Mike Trout coming to the plate. It would have been a big inning potentially for the Angels. Instead, it's 0.
In on the hands on Perez, he fouls it back. Yeah, a lot of great memories here. How do some of your former teammates feel about new stadium?
I was talking with Jeff Montgomery about it last night at dinner, and Mike McFarland, and I know George Brett is excited about it. When you think about how many, remember all the incredible moments for George Brett here at this stadium, but he's excited about it too. It's a new venture going on now.
It's really going to make the downtown area so walkable. It's going to just really revitalize, downtown. Maybe just like a mile to get to the Crown Center, and with Hallmark being involved, maybe you could somehow work your way into some sort of one of those Hallmark movies, like at Christmas time.
That's my goal.
I could just see you now, maybe in, I don't know, Sort of elf, Buddy the Elf outfit, or just bringing Christmas joy at Hallmark. I had no idea this is where the main Hallmark campus was.
Yes.
Still some red tape to get through to make this stadium deal happen, as there usually is. Some hoops to jump through. Hundreds of millions of dollars just don't appear. Hopefully it works out. Hallmark did a Chiefs movie apparently already.
Yes, I know that
Thank
one.
you. Well, next up, Royals Old Timers Day. Well, for Kikuchi now, the pitch count at 84.
So tough. I mean, it's so effective, so solid the first 3 innings. And like I said, sometimes you get so caught up there in putting up a 0, and yes, you want to do that. But you also want to stay away from a big inning. Instead of giving up that 1 run and get out of there, you end up having a big inning go against you.
Strikes out Perez for the 2nd out here in the 5th.
But as you can see, the Halos, the way they bounce right back, they had a chance right away. So you feel if you can put up some zeros here for Kikuchi, you got plenty of time. And like I said, the bullpen has not been a lockdown bullpen for the Royals this season.
Last year when leading after 8 innings, and Monty gave me this stat, that they were 73-0. You know, with Estevez back there closing things out. They've already lost 3 games when leading after 8 this year.
That's not easy to do.
Right.
Lose 3 games leading after 8 this early in the season.
And Lucas Urseg right now would be the main man to save games. But guys have to elevate their roles now. They have to step up and fill that spot. And that changes things in the back end of a bullpen. And for the Halos, they would love to get Ben Joyce back, to get Kirby Yates back in the process, but you don't want to rush them back too soon.
Kirby Yates pitched an inning in rehab up in AAA yesterday. It's all about getting out there. It's not necessarily results for him. He knows what it takes to be a dominant pitcher again.
Lane Thomas was a central figure in the last inning. He singled and was ended up forced out at second on that Starling Marte shallow pop fly that Joe Adell was unable to catch, and then Witt scored. Thomas was forced out, but then the floodgates opened up, and hit after hit after hit, and the 5 spot put up by the Royals. That's in there for strike 3, so 2 strikeouts there in the 5th for Kikuchi. Mike Trout on the road, and his ranks in baseball. The slug is first, on base percentage second, drawn a lot of walks. OPS first, and he's got 7 home runs. Second in baseball. He leads off here, top of the 6th inning. Noah Cameron, who's escaped a little bit of trouble. Angels no runs on 4 hits. They've left 4.
Before the 3 true outcomes against Cameron for Trout, he's walked, struck out. Now behind the count again, 0-2. He's not seeing the ball real well from the lefty. Trouty with 17 career homers, 344 against Kansas City. Slugging just under, or OPS just under 1,100.
And before tonight, the Angels have only seen Cameron once.
That's nasty.
And he got him. Curve drops in there, 1 out. 2 Ks for Trout. As Joe Adell is coming up, it was a tremendous day as we got to tag along with the Negro Leagues Museum. And Joe was there with Bob Kendrick, the president of the Negro Leagues Museum. The stories that he was telling, and for Joe Adell, just listening in, it was to be there alongside that was really one of the most special days. I know Erica Western was there with us. It was tremendous, and right on cue,
yes,
base it up the middle for Joe.
Bob Hendricks is an all-time great guy, great storyteller,
and we hope to have him join us here tomorrow, because I mentioned that, you know, of course I'd be with you, and he's like, oh, yeah, so
that's my guy. That ball was about 111 miles per hour off the bat. That was right on cue with that swing.
I know you've got You got to know Buck O'Neil when you were here, a legend with the Kansas City Monarchs. So it was a real special, real learning experience for all of us that were there. Here's Jorge Soler.
Just feel enough of those curveballs from Cameron. It's been really effective, including that one he was able to freeze Mike Trout on a called third strike. You leave that over the plate at all, though. That's a baseball that Jorge Soler can get the halos right back in the game. And he's thrown that quite a bit, and it's been really effective, just under 20% of the time. Coming in this game, he's about 31% fastball use, a little bit less than that so far, but his curveball has been so effective, as his changeup has been.
Speaking of pitching, I'd like to be the Brewers. They had to face Cy Young winners in back-to-back games with Skubal and tonight Skeens. And
he's got a perfect game going.
That's right, he does.
I mean, the second time in MLB history that's happened.
Yeah.
Second time.
Back-to-back Cy Young winners. I know Skubal didn't get the win, but Detroit did. And the Pirates lead the Brewers 4-0 in Milwaukee. That's right. Paul Skeens working on a perfect game through 6.
There was a time you never threw a changeup after a curveball or vice versa, but you'll see that quite a bit now in this game, and it might be a time you're going to see it again, a slow curveball after that changeup. Reason why they didn't do that, very similar speeds of the pitch, you feel that the hitter can time that better.
And that was in there for strike 3, so 2 strikeouts in this inning, both looking, getting the big sluggers, Trout and now Soler. So 2 down, that will bring up Oswald Peraza.
Well, this changeup, it stayed pretty true. It didn't really have that fade action, so it got more of the plate on the inside part of the plate.
Exactly what you were talking about. Curveball, changeup.
Expect this to be swung at hard the first pitch.
And that is to center field as Thomas goes back to the track, and not enough for Peraza to end any threat.
Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, come on, baby. Can't spend your whole life on the sidelines. No loose ends, ready for the climb.
On USA.com or your local dealer. And by StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball.
He's got to find a way to be able to put up a 0. There's been some just a feeling that the Halos can work their way back in this game, but so far Cameron has made the pitch when he's needed to.
Well, it's going to be up to a new pitcher. Sean Anderson is in relief, as you say. Kikuchi is done for the night after 5 innings and 5 earned runs.
Such odd numbers: 5 hits, 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, and 5 earned runs.
Yes. I like most of those numbers except the earned runs part. Kikuchi's ERA is ballooned over 6 in his 6th start of the season. So Marte, Jensen, and Collins for Sean Anderson. And when you look at the rotation, this is your long guy right now to eat up some innings and put up zeros to give the Halos a chance to come back. Eighth game for Anderson.
Well, he's had some big strikeouts in his career as a Halo. Not a long career, but Shohei Ohtani, Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge.
Anderson will rely pretty heavily on the changeup.
Pretty firm fastball there. Usually he's around 92, 94. That was 95. Yeah, you're right. His changeup is really good to righties and lefties. So he's looking changeup there again. He was late on a fastball. Might see the changeup now.
Changeup gets a chase percentage of 37%, but the hard hit rate is up on it at 41% in there, and as he drops in a sweeper for strike 3. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Be one of the first 25,000 fans in attendance at the Big A on Monday, June 1st against the Rockies, and you walk away with a new City Connect cooler tote courtesy of Yakult probiotic drink. Visit angels.com/promotions for more information. perfect for the summertime.
Yes, indeed. A lot of great giveaways this year at the Big A.
Dangerous Carter Jensen, 6 homers on the year. It's a name that, you know, towards the end of the season, if he keeps this up, find himself in some conversations for Rookie of the Year. That's a line drive center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So 2 for 3, and he's putting the ball in play.
The changeup, he's hit fastballs really hard this season. That was a pretty good changeup too. It was down below the strike zone. Just punched it into center field. It was a good spot too, below the strike zone.
Imagine being born in Kansas City and playing for your hometown team, and you got star written all over you.
And he talks about how lucky he's been to be able to learn the catching position under Salvador Perez.
Jensen's first career hit came against the Angels back in September. You know, we'll see Jack Caglione as well. He's an All-American in Florida. He was a two-way star. And a first baseman. They have him play in the outfield, but he can play first as well. There he is. Very big guy. He might be pitching, but he did have to have Tommy John towards the end of his college career, and they said, all right, well, let's just stick with the one-way.
Great arm from the outfield, that's for sure.
3-0 to Isaac Collins, and that's going to be ball 4. So now 2 on and 1 out. Elias Diaz coming up.
And you always got to remember, if you're the Halos, it's a team that has given up some leads, so you just got to keep it here. You know, it seems like a big lead to overcome, but seen already where you get some base runners get right back in there.
3rd walk of the game for Angels pitching, 2 from Kikuchi and 1 now from Anderson. Swinging out of his shoes is Diaz on the fastball. It's 0-1. Really wonderful conditions here tonight in Kansas City. And as we mentioned last night, we finished having dinner. Producer Max Linewan and Erica Weston and myself. The new Travis Kelce Patrick Mahomes Steakhouse. We didn't even want to go outside and cut through to the hotel because it was like there was sirens going off and trees were falling down. And then you wake up today and it's just crystal clear blue skies. That one is yanked foul. The count's going to be 1-2 to Diaz. 69 degrees at first pitch.
Just a gorgeous day today.
It really was. Do you check your steps when you walk around the city? Because I know you and the wife Lisa here, you covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we got a few steps in today.
And a swing and a miss on the sweeper. So a strikeout to Diaz. That'll bring up Michael Massey, the number 9 hitter.
That was a solid sweeper. The one he struck out, Marte kind of backed up on him. It froze him. But this was a much better one. Sharp break to it. 2 punch outs with a sweeper. But that one, just under 3,000 RPM spin rate. You're talking about a plus spin on that sweeper with 2959 RPMs.
2 on, 2 out for Massey. Changeup upstairs. Tomorrow, an opportunity to see the 22-year-old Wambert Urania on the hill for the Halos. And Reed Detmers will pitch on Sunday. 3 straight night games here in Kansas City before the team goes to Chicago. Take on the Chicago White Sox once again.
Murakami's been crushing the baseball. Home run after home run after home run for Chicago.
There are some young Japanese stars in this game. Munetaka Murakami with the White Sox. We just saw Kaz Okamoto. A little ground ball. Nolan Shonowell is able to handle that. And 2 left stranded. Here come the Halos. So Walbert Urania will be making his second career start and first against the Kansas City Royals tomorrow. He certainly earned it his last time out.
His fastball was 99 to 100, that sinker, but his changeup was so special, especially the one he threw to Manny Machado to get him swinging so awkwardly on it.
We'll throw that sinker, change, four-seamer, the sweeper. Again, just 22 years old. He spent all of last season with Rocket City. And Shonowell, that's going to be a quick, close play at first base as Cameron is able to cover in time. And there's a look at the youngster. He's got a nice presence about him. He really does. Off the end of the bat.
Yeah, pretty close play here, too. If he did indeed touch the base, that's the thing that Shonowell was wondering. It looked like he just touched the side of the base on that one.
4-1 put out. You don't see that all that often. That'll bring up Von Grissom.
Going back to Urania again, once he has a feel for that sweeper slider, it's lights out.
Right.
I mean, his changeup is that good. His fastball is that firm. 4-seam fastball, 2-seamers. Been a big fan of his since I saw him in bullpen action 2 years ago, and he showed why he's got the ability to be a very good frontline starter. I think starting pitching is where he needs to be.
That is a fair ball down the third baseline for Von Grissom.
He's going a little double-double today.
Sure
He's
is.
going in and out.
Let's go. Back-to-back doubles. First 2 of his career as an Angel.
Just like that. You just need that big hit now. You're right back in this game. There's starting to be some movement around that bullpen for Kansas City. Cameron's been great so far. That could change quickly.
It's already a season high in innings for Cameron, the deepest he has gone in his previous 28 starts. 7 innings is his career high. There's Logan O'Hoppe. Cameron back-to-back 10-pitch innings in the 5th and the 6th. Start to get towards the back end of this ball game. See if the Halos can put some pressure on him. Hoppy with a base hit last time up, 1 for 2.
Paul Skeen's perfect game went away, gave up a hit there in the 7th, but still 7 shutout.
Still pretty good. And that is for sure a gauntlet for the Brewers to have to face in back-to-back games, but something to tell the grandkids.
I wonder if more than likely O'Hoppe will have to have this down the middle, otherwise take this pitch 3-0. You need base runners. Wow, Cutter paints the inside corner, 3-0. There is never a count where it's an automatic fastball. Just not. You're up 5-0 in a 3-0 count, you still get a non-fastball in the fastball family, Cutter.
Yeah, it is in the family, but that's some nasty movement on it. There's a 3-1 slider that was off the plate that O'Hoppe chased.
That's with the one right there, too. He did a nice job the other day at the Big A, hitting that ball to right center.
Like he was trying to do that. One out double by Grissom. He's at second base. And the 3-2. Fouled away.
It's a pretty good indication you're watching home. If you're a youngster, you're a pitcher, you could see a late swing on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Why? You know, the sliders, the cutters, the curveballs, the changeups. You don't have to throw 100 to use your fastball effectively. So see if O'Hoppe can make him pay for that pitch there.
Ooh, coming
Helped
back
him out
our
a little
way.
bit on that high 4-seam fastball. But he likes pitches upstairs, O'Hoppe. See a lot of all speed. Back-to-back 4-seamers. He's shocked if he didn't drop a curveball or a changeup now.
8th pitch coming. And a nice plate appearance there for Ohapi to draw the walk on the 8th pitch of the at-bat. So 2 on, 1 out. I think maybe a visit to the mound, buy some time for the Royals bullpen, and indeed Brian Sweeney, pitching coach, is going to trot out there. So the Angels have a little something cooking here in the 7th, and we'll check in with Kia. So a nice patient at bat there for Ohapi. Didn't go chasing, trying to do too much.
Knows the need for base runners there. Just like that bullpen is moving now for Kansas City here in the 7th. Somehow Teodosio gets a base hit here. All of a sudden you got the top of the order. You got some serious stress in that bullpen.
Nick Mears, the righty, is getting loose in the pen for the Royals. And it's Teodosio. Singled and struck out. And this strikeout back in the 5th. That's when the Angels had their best opportunity to score in this game. And 2 on, nobody out. 2 attempts at a safety squeeze off the camera that fouled off the plate. Eventually he struck out. And that's when Neto lined that ball right to the third baseman like this. But this is off the glove this time of Lofton, and everybody is safe and the bases are loaded.
This is all you can ask for, is an opportunity. You got it right now at the top of the order. You might see a pitching change now, especially with Neto, who lined out last time. Ball was hit hard by Teodosio. It was 102 off his bat.
So 2nd hit of the game, ruled a base hit, infield single there. It was a hot shot. And Collins could not come up with that time. So Zach Neto, looks like Noah Cameron is facing the leadoff hitter for the Halos, and that's going to go into center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. And station to station, the Angels are on the board as Grissom scores. It is 5-1.
Tying run coming to the plate now. And the right guy coming to the plate now. They'll face another pitcher more likely. Jammed him on that. This is baseball. Line drive, double play. Jam shot falls in perfectly for an RBI single. Gotta love this game of baseball.
Now Quatrero, the manager for the Royals, making his first trip out to the mound. He signals to the bullpen. We do have a pitching change. Bases are loaded for Mike Trout.
In the right spot right now, representing the tying run at the plate. Mentioned 17 career home runs against Kansas City for Trout.
He's got 6 career grand slams. He's faced Nick Mears once in his career, 0 for 1. 10th game for Mears this season. Does he dare throw him that 4-seam fastball?
Throw a fastball pretty firm, 94, 97, slider, slurve, and curveball.
And slider in there for strike 1.
So far in this game, Trout has had a little problem with those breaking balls and secondary pitches. Ooh, got away with that one. You can see by Trout's reaction, this is the way he went. That was the one. That was right down the heart of the plate, and he just missed it.
Incredible numbers with the bases loaded, 384. Oh, a hanger.
You see his reaction, the way he just walked away, he had that pitch. Maybe he gets it again. You never know.
One swing of the bat looking to tie up this game. Ducks on the pond for the Halos.
Good take on that one. Sharp slider, just a little below the strike zone. Nearly 50% of the time, all come right back with that slider again on a 2-2 count to a righty.
It'll be strong to be able to hold up there. The 2-2. Check swing. No swing, says first base umpire Derek Thomas. So from 0-2 to a full count.
Yeah, we can always pencil that in for full count. That was pretty close, but I think he held up on that one. There's a walk there.
And walking an RBI, so another run comes in. O'Hoppe trots home. Bases remain loaded.
And you can hear the boos here because this crowd understands the bullpen for Kansas City has struggled. Just like that, Trout picks up an RBI and another walk. 2 more walks in the game for Trout. Now 18 RBIs on the season.
His 26th walk, 27th with 2 in the game. Here's Joe Adell. Oh, softly hit ground ball coming in on it, and the force play at second, not in time at first. Another run comes in to score, and Bryce Teodosio, good hustle from Joe Adell.
Just like that, you're right back in this game with plenty of game left. Ran that sinker in off the plate. Now able to pick up his 16th RBI on that ground out.
So now runners at the corners, and it's 5-3.
And you get a lot of first pitch sliders, and if you get that slider in that zone, Soler can hit that a long, long way.
1 for 3 is Jorge Soler. 5 homers, 19 runs driven in on the season. Whoa, up and in. Now the go-ahead run at the plate in Soler.
Moncada in the on-deck circle if this inning continues.
Outside 2-0.
So there's able to reach base or do some damage here. This crowd will get really uneasy. Take again. Now this time swinging 3-0.
Oh yeah,
yes,
makes sense.
Because he can change the game in one swing here. You got enough traffic on the bases already, and you got 3 runs home. Looking to see who can do some damage here. Swinging 3-0.
Neto at third, Adell at first. A 3-0 count coming to Soler, and he's taking. And that is a
3-0
strike.
slider. Wow.
Big healthy hack on the slider once again. So as you often say, that same pitch you see 3-0, you'll see 3-1, and now it's a full count.
It's the first swing and miss he's gotten on his slider now. He's thrown a lot of them.
And the runner on the move at first, fouled back.
Just missed that one there too. That's another slider. Looking at in center field, Thomas playing a pretty shallow center field, shading more to right center field. He knows that power that Soler has that way. Just a few sliders in this at bat.
Adell goes again, and that is outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Yoan Moncada, who's going to pinch hit for Peraza. So an uneasy atmosphere here at the K.
Moncada has 15 career home runs against Kansas City. 15 doubles and a couple of triples. Slugging over almost 420.
So a pitching change as Cotero comes out, going to the bullpen with Suzuki going to Moncada. Trying to flip him around. We'll see what decision will be made as the lefties coming in. One run presented by Lexus returns to the Big A on the morning of Saturday, May 30th. Join us for the 16th annual race at 8 a.m. and receive an exclusive Angels medal t-shirt and 2 ticket vouchers. Register right now at angels.com/5K.
This is all you can ask for if you're the Halos, a chance right here.
Daniel Lynch, the 4th, is nasty. This is a tough matchup as you flip Moncada from his more successful side, the left side to the right side. What do you make of this matchup?
And he's also been a strike thrower too. You see by that strikeout to walk ratio. Part of their 2018 draft in which they had a number of pitchers, Brady Singer, and a number of successful pitchers. Fastball, 94, 92, 96, curveball, slider, changeup. Got that call, changeup, low part of the strike zone.
Slider just misses 1-1. Moncada, the 9th Angel to bat here in the top of the 7th.
Good guy to have up to a patient hitter too, making sure he throws him strikes.
Takes a strike. It's 1-2.
Just catching that inside corner again. 2 borderline pitches, but they were strikes.
Bases are full.
More likely you see a changeup here or a sweeper.
And that changeup misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good speed on the bases here for the Halos too, especially in scoring position.
Neto, Adele, and Soler, and a swing and a miss on a 4-seam fastball. The bases remain loaded. Fun Pack makes it easy to get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks, all for just $44 at the Big A. For more information regarding the Toyota Friends and Family Fun Pack, call 714-4ANGELS or visit angels.com/funpack.
This game all of a sudden has gotten fun.
It has.
A chance there with the bases loaded. Lynch made some really good pitches to Moncada.
Yeah, he's a really good reliever for the Royals, and now it is Ryan Zefferjohn. And he's going to face the top of the order here in Kansas City for the Royals in a 5-3 ball game. Zefferjohn's 9th game of the year. And almost 12 innings pitched.
I know he's excited about pitch here. Went to KU's Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
There you go. Lofton, Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, as they just stretched here at the K. Off the plate. I stretched for the first time. Got very tense there in that last inning.
Yes.
Was hoping for a big knock.
You're right back in there now.
Yep.
Put up a 0. You're just a bloop and a blast from a tie ball game.
100%. Whole new game. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
They're a good sweeper, 97, 96 mile an hour fastball for the swing and miss for Zefferjohn.
Zefferjohn facing Bobby Witt Jr. And Witt got the rally going off Kikuchi in the 4th with a leadoff double. His first hit, 13 at-bats off of Kikuchi. Ended up going 5 with 5 earned runs. Sean Anderson pitched the 6th. And it's Zefferjohn here in the 7th. Opener of a 3-game series and a 6-game road trip.
Good for a 96 mile an hour fastball there, inside corner. Came right back with another fastball, and that one in 97.
And you had a chance to speak to these 2 legends today for the Royals, Salvi and Witt Jr. They had him reaching and drifting over. Well, the center fielder coming in and calling it off is Mike Trout, veteran, making the catch.
That is great communication there, because we know Teodosio likes to get anything hit in the air at all, but Trout right away calling for it. Eventually Teodosio gets out of the way, knowing that Trout is the center fielder. See how far Teodosio's going, and he's going to think he's going to get it, but Trout calls him off. Great communication on that one.
We could hear Trout from the booth with their headsets on calling for that one.
Like I said, we know Teodosio. He likes to get everything hit.
So Salvi is swinging a miss with 2 down here in the 7th. And for Trout, on the day that he has now played in the most games at one position in Angels history, passing Jim Fregosi, takes charge. The second out.
Back-to-back fastballs, and that's the one thing we always looked over the years with Salvador Perez. He didn't miss many fastballs. It's been late on that fastball there. 98 swing and miss. Although 0-2, I would try that sweeper off the plate and keep it down. Well, they threw that fastball just a little bit.
Leaping catch from his knees was Logan O'Hoppe.
So now he's looking and tracking down after that pitch.
Change the eye level. Here's the 1-2, and just
that's the only reason why he was able to foul that one off. If he throws that 0-2, he's not fouling that off. That high fastball tells the hitter, all right, that was a waste pitch. He's going to his breaking ball after that.
Oh, and he gets him chasing Seffertjon, a strong bottom 7. Nolan Shanawa to lead off the 8th. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, well, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Angels, the official source for your Angel gear. Oh, here we go to the 8th inning, and it's Matt Strahm, the lefty, facing Nolan Shanawa, the lefty, who's hit .261 versus left-handed pitching. Second stint with the Royals for Strahm.
Yeah, he stays in real well against lefties. Strahm, fastball 91, 94, curveball, slider, changeup. Very good secondary pitches.
The Halos were down 5-0, but rallied for 3 in the 7th to make this game a whole lot closer. And Shanawa looking to find a way to get on base somehow, some way. That's a good take, and it's 2-1. Grissom on deck, who's at back-to-back doubles.
That was a good pitch to drive right there. That's the pitch. When he gets ahead, he tries to get that barrel out quickly, Patio, and do damage with it.
Saw that in the last game when he did that and had that home run. Last game of the homestand.
Now it changes up. More likely we'll see some sort of a breaking ball. Punch that ball to left field. Collins playing pretty shallow out in left. A lot of room down on the third baseline, though.
Two to the first baseman, and it's off of Salvi. Flips to Strahm. Very close play. Gets him at first. Oh, by just a step, if that.
A couple real close plays at first base involving Shanawa so far. In his 99th career start at first base, Salvador Perez just barely got that flip to Strahm to be able to get the out.
That ground ball eating up Salvi, obviously primarily the catcher, but stays with it. The flip, Strahm comes across to make the out to bring up Vaughn Grissom. Erica, you have some more on the hustle down the line.
Yeah, Shanawa has been timing his runs to make sure that when he's getting close to first, he's hitting the bag with his right foot. Remember, that left angle's been bothering him, so he's running to make sure that he can hit the bag with the right foot so as to avoid any more discomfort on that left foot.
That's a good one right there. That's good information on that one.
Right up the middle, off the bag, but staying with it is Massey to get Grissom. 2 down. And bring up Logan O'Hoppe.
This is when you want Logan O'Hoppe. We always talk about getting traffic. You love to see him just be able to get a hold of a baseball now. Just look on the inner half of the plate and try to lift it.
Out in front of that one, and a fly ball to left field as Collins drifts over in the corner, leaping up and making the catch to end the frame. The tip of the cap from Strong. Season seat deposit today. Don't miss every amazing moment by your Halos this season. For more info on season seats, visit angels.com/season seats or call 714-4-ANGELS. Tell you what, on that fly ball by O'Hoppe into that corner, especially with how the dimensions have been moved in, those are closer to that wall and getting out of here than initially expected. Drew Pomerantz is now on Gooby here in his 10th game, the veteran.
Seen a lot of crazy things going down the lines here at this ballpark. How it drifts back and it'll go and it'll carry right down the line. Almost carry that out for a home run.
Pomerantz going to face Lane Thomas. First pitch swinging down into that corner we were just talking about, but an easy catch for Teodosio. One down, one pitch, one out.
So fun to watch him get those jumps.
I'll tell you what, Matt Strom was very thankful that Collins was able to make this catch as he leaps up and gives him a tip of the cap.
Straight up against that wall there. That could have been a huge extra base hit there too for O'Hoppe. Got that pitch to be able to turn on it.
Pomerantz now facing Starling Marte, who is at the plate.
Nice job last half inning by Zephyr. I like the fact that Kurt Suzuki went to another arm after one really good inning again for Zephyr. It's been a tough one to have that back-to-back innings for him.
Marte does have a RBI and a run scored in the game. And no swing. The Angels in the ninth inning, 9-1-2. See who would hit, if we'd see Teodosio or maybe
I think if you get a righty coming up there, and it looks like there's a righty in the bullpen for the Royals, it might good chance to be Josh Lowe.
And then it would be Neto and Trout down 2 if Pomerantz can keep it locked in. Balanced attendance of 19,079. There it is, Ursek up in the Kansas City bullpen looking for the save. Carlos Estevez on the IL, getting closer. For Carlos, always the velo coming out of spring training is always down, and then he ramps up and ends up putting together some sort of all-star campaign. Marte just getting a piece of that. Royals wearing their City Connect. Got that R on the front of the jersey, very reminiscent of their very first R logo back when they first began play here in Kansas City.
They played in the downtown area when they first played here. It was Municipal Stadium back in the day.
Royal Stadium, later Kauffman Stadium, opened in 1973. 2-2 once again is hit into right field for a base hit for Marte. That's a good piece of hitting for the veteran to bring up a dangerous hitter in Carter Jensen. He is 2 for 3. The run scored and a 104-mile-an-hour line out with the infield in that Neto caught to save his life. Third-round selection in 2021, born right here in Kansas City. Kyle Isbell now pinch running. for Starling Marte. So a guy that can steal a bag. Good speed at first. That's a high pop up. And Mike Trout coming in
forever on that one.
And he has it.
He covered some serious ground on that one.
At least 100 feet.
Thankfully, that baseball was hit so high in the air.
Yes.
With a 56-degree launch angle. That's like your little sandwich you have in your bag there, 56 degrees.
That's right. That's some Ray Guy hang time on that fly out.
How far Trout's going on this one. Plays a pretty deep center field.
He does, but then also good communication there with the infielders coming out.
Big jump.
Runner goes. And that is a stolen base for Isbell. He's in scoring position now. That would be a huge add-on run. With Isaac Collins at the plate.
He's going on first move on that one. Trout covered 127 feet.
Yeah. And all that ground to cover, you can't take your eye off the baseball. And you got to communicate. So excellent job there from Trout. He is playing some really good baseball. He's healthy.
Hopefully he'll get an opportunity to be able to swing the bat to be able to give the tie the game or give the Halos the lead here in the ninth. We're going to challenge that one.
Batter's challenging the strike call.
He's going to be wrong on that one.
All right, so Collins with the challenge.
Cause confirmed. Kansas City has one challenge remaining.
One challenge left on the T-Mobile replay.
Especially when you have two challenges left. It's worth it because you can change a count and get to a different batter. You still have one more challenge.
So good speed on the bases, fouled back, so the count's going to be 2-2. The veteran, 7-year-old Drew Pomerantz, has pretty much done it all. World Series champion. He has been a starter, and now he is in some high leverage situations out of the bullpen from the left side for the Angels. Here's the 2-2. Little check swing, no swing. So full count on the knuckle curve. A lot of traffic on the bases tonight for both teams. Kansas City 3 for 11. Runners in scoring position. Angels 3 for 8. That's Kyle Isbell. Pinch running. 3-2. He's a line drive base hit to left field. That's the insurance run. Played perfectly by Quintero and the Royals. And that makes it 6-3.
And that pitch was just upstairs. Collins has had a good game. 2 hits, a walk, big RBI there. This is an elevated 4-seam fastball. It's too much of the plate. It's a huge add-on run now.
Absolutely enormous. Marte with that 1-out base hit. Isbell off the bench, stolen base, base hit. Run scores 6-3. Elias Diaz is the batter. He's doubled, and a big double, 2 RBI double that came in that 5-run 4th inning. Opposing Walbert Urania tomorrow will be the lefty Cole Reagans. Again, and you get Seth Lugo on Sunday. That's what makes these games so important.
Reagan's not off to a great start, but he's got great stuff.
I don't think anybody has any calls been overturned. There's not one check swing has been a strike all night.
Cole Reagan's an all-star.
That's That's a high pop-up. Oh, Hoppy is going back, and that will go into the seats. I'm trying to spot some Kubicek jerseys. 1, 2, 3. 6-3 Royals here in the bottom of the 8th.
They tell you he's going to want first movement in the throw over by Pomeranz. More likely going here for sure.
He is on the move and chopped at the plate, foul ball. Lucas Ursek in the bullpen. Has 5 saves on the season. Why even check? So we got a full count here, Gooby, and so important to not have any more runs come in. Give credit to the Royals in this ball game. Both teams with an off day yesterday. A fresh start for KC, having lost 9 of 10. And there's a walk drawn by Diaz. And bring up Michael Massey, the number 9 hitter. And that'll bring Mad Dog like Maddox out to the mound. So a big extra run already came in to score here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Got to stop it right here. Hey, there's no better way to enjoy Angels baseball than from the comfort of a suite at the Big A. Entertain guests with all-inclusive packages and enjoy locations throughout our exclusive club level. For more info, call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com/suites. Two on, two out, 3-run Royals lead right here in the bottom of the 8th. Got to keep it right here. 9-1-2 due up for the Halos in the top of the 9th.
Massey stays in pretty well against left-handed pitching too. He's a solid contact type hitter. Had a double off of Kikuchi back in that big 4th inning, which they scored 5 runs.
Yeah, late close. He's been clutch so far this season, 2-0 as the fastball misses.
Just touch that outside corner, if at all. Got the call.
Royals have 1 challenge left. Angels have both of theirs. Oh, the runner goes, and he got a big jump. And he's going to have to go back to second on the foul ball. Pretty good game for Isaac Collins, who's at second base, as you mentioned. A couple of hits, a couple of ribbies, and a walk and a catch.
Nice defensive play down there in the corner against Ohapi. They changed a lot in that last half inning.
And the 2-2's inside, so a full count. lot of traffic here tonight. 3-2 swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Pomerantz. So here we go to the 9th inning. Angels down 3. Zach Neto, Mike Trout looking to find a way to get the Halos back in this game. If not, give them the lead.
Factor Hyundai key for the game tonight, and especially on the chance to come back and straight out of gate. You got to be able to find a pitch to get and put in play, give that opportunity at the top of the order. Starts with a pinch hitter and Adam Frazier here, and get it to Zach Neto and then Mike Trout, a chance to do some damage.
I know we discussed maybe below, but Frazier is the guy that gets the call off of Lucas Urzeg, who blew a couple of saves just recently, 8 days ago versus Detroit. Also blew the save Monday right here.
We're going to challenge that one. I think they got a chance of being correct on that one.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
Going to be close.
This ABS challenge.
Kansas City has one challenge remaining. Is that a challenge?
What is that? Okay, they're out of challenges. Challenge brought to you by T-Mobile. Urzeg doesn't waste any time.
Yeah, he's got a good fastball, 96 to 100. He'll throw a sinker and a cut fastball, slider, changeup.
So Frazier pinch hitting for Teodosio. He's been excellent so far in his first year as an Angel. In his 11th big league season. Signed as a minor league free agent, but had a really good spring. And he strikes out.
Doesn't happen too often.
So one down. Reminder everybody to stick around for Angels Live postgame, brought to you by Kia. Erica Weston and Mark Ubiza.
Yes, sir.
And I'm here if you need me. Just letting you know, but looking forward to it. Complete coverage of this one, and looking ahead to tomorrow and the rest of the series. So Zach Neto with one down here. Find a way to get some base runners. Out in front of that slider, 0-2.
You know, just got to punch that ball the other way. Well, you had that chance that last half inning. You had, of course, in the 7th inning, we had bases loaded. A chance.
Big chance. And the go-ahead run at the plate. Good
no more challenges, even if you thought that was a strike, and it was above the zone anyhow. 2-2. Quite a few sliders. Merced to a right-handed batter.
Last fastball at 98. And right back at it, 97. Command can be a bit of an issue for Urzeg. This is Baltimore, walk 3. That was on Monday. That was that extra inning loss. And an excellent, a strike 3, but right away Zach Neto challenges right away.
Los Angeles is challenging.
This is going to be super, super close. This is about as close as you can get. Go either way.
Oh, it just touches.
Ball confirmed. Los Angeles has one challenge remaining.
Boy, you talk about just touching the corner. Just touched it. And it's the right decision to do, and you got to challenge that one if you're Neto.
Yeah, that's why you have challenges in the bag late in the games. Doesn't go the Halos' way. That's as close as it gets. So Mike Trout with 2 down. Trout on its feet. And Urzeg just pounding the strike zone here. Urseg trying to get the save for Noah Cameron. 1-6 1/3. And the 0-2 misses. Often will Trout find a way to work himself back into the count.
All fastballs so far in this at bat. Overthrew that slider.
Just a bit outside. As expected, it goes
automatic full count.
Absolutely automatic.
This start the at bat full count.
And here we go. We got ourselves a full count. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Royals trying to shut the door on the Angels and take the opener. And that's in there. Trout's going to challenge. One challenge remaining.
That's a ball. And he's going to get this one right. That's a ball.
So this
ABS
challenge brought to you by T-Mobile. It is way upstairs, so the Angels will keep that challenge. And that is the 3rd walk of the game for Mike Trout, continuing to pump that on-base percentage. This one not over yet. And Joe Adell is the batter. Remember, mentioned the walks can be an issue for Lucas Urseg. In on the hands. With some run on it on the 4-seamer.
Joe Adell extremely aggressive on the first pitch. A lot of damage last year on the first pitch when he put it in play. This fastball runs in off the inside corner though, and a foul ball. Just love to see Soler get a chance. He's hit a lot of home runs in this ballpark.
Big lead for Trout. He dekes. There's a little ground ball and a flip over to second. That's the ball game as the Royals take the opener. Final score 6-3. Urseg picks up that save, and Noah Cameron's going to get that W.
Boy, it is that big 5-run inning in the 4th inning for the Royals against Kikuchi.
Our Toyota player of the game tonight is Vaughn Grissom. A couple of doubles and extra base hits for the first time in his Angels career.
Boy, he stayed on that. That was a real good swing. That was crushed. Pitch elevated upstairs. And came right back with another double. Turned on it. Breaking ball down the line. Be back in there tomorrow with the lefty on the mound again for Kansas City.
Well, certainly can't say that the Angels did not have their chances despite giving up the 5 runs with Yusei Kikuchi taking the loss in this one. They brought the tying run, the go-ahead runs to the plate in the 7th, but just could not cash them in. Royals take the opener. Back to wrap things up, get you ready for the postgame next.